Hey guys, so did you like the flowers? We had a really beautiful walk this afternoon. It is gorgeous weather here in North Carolina and the flowers are just blooming on all of the trees. It is looking gorgeous out there. I actually ran into the northern water snake again, and you guys are actually going to see the northern water snake on the main channel for Specimen Spotlight this weekend. I'm hoping. It was really cool. We actually saw two northern water snakes, so those of you guys who are here on the vlogging channel are kind of like getting the sneak peek news. So you're going to see two northern water snakes for Specimen Spotlight, and I am absolutely in love with them. And other than that, I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things. So as you guys may know, I was really sick the last week. I think like the pollen and everything in the air just sent my immune system into a tailspin, and I've been just having endless fevers, really sick, and I haven't been pushing it for the very first time in ever. I am a workaholic, so it was really surreal to just be kind of like, okay, I'm sick and I just need to treat myself like I'm sick. So that was really kind of amazing. And the response to the video I put out on the main channel, if you guys haven't seen it, it's like the Why Does Seri Get So Sick So Often edition of the update vlogs, and I just kind of made one of the most raw and honest and open vlogs that I have ever done in my life. It was amazing. Like, if you guys ever have the opportunity to kind of bare your soul, it's very freeing and terrifying, and you feel like you made a horrible mistake, and then you look back on what you did and you're like, wow, that was like one of the best things I've ever done. So I'll talk about that sometime later, because I'm still kind of processing not only that I put that out there, which is surreal, but also the response, which has been really, I don't think it's an understatement to say life-changing, because when you try to explain something about yourself and people like get it, or people are kind to you, it can really have a big impact. But like I said, I'll talk about that stuff later. Today I just kind of want to show you guys a very casual vlog. I hope I can do some more of those amazing, like, deep, personal, emotional, honest, raw, inspirational vlogs in the future. Not to like aim for that, but just because I think that it really helps when people are very honest about their struggles and their stories, for helping other people not feel so alone. And that's one of the reasons I do these casual vlogs, because hopefully, if you're like me and home most of your day, hopefully seeing people vlog makes you feel a little bit less alone. And if it's not vlogs of me traveling across the world and doing like really big shopping sprees, I hope just seeing my day-to-day life and the greenery I very clearly surround myself with might give you a little bit of peace and inspiration in your day. So that's why I do these. Yay! Okay, moving on from that, I do have a lot of things to catch up with after having been so sick, including, look at this! That's all fan mail. This is all fan mail. There are letters everywhere. There's packages. There's like multiple boxes over here I need to go through. And not this though. This right here, that's a lamp. That's a lamp for my birds, because I'm actually working on some new bird projects. So as you guys can see, we now have two gigantic cages over here, where once upon a time there was just my beautiful umbrella plant. This umbrella plant has been with me for about 5 years now, maybe less, maybe 3. So probably at least 4 years, actually. Probably average between those two. So I've had this umbrella plant for that long, and I actually chopped it off. Where's its little scar mark? It has a little, yeah, right over here. So it has a little scar mark right back here where I cut it a long time ago, because I was like, oh, it's getting too tall. Maybe if I cut it, I can propagate the cutting, and that didn't take very well. But it has regrown, and I'm very proud of it. It's doing pretty awesome, despite it being not in the best of light. I don't really know, and how do I know these things, Siri? Because I use Google. And you don't really keep like a ton of knowledge about houseplants in your head all the time. It just helps to look it up when you're like, I wonder how this guy can grow best. But anyway, moving on from that, where he used to be, I have moved in the double cage rack, which my parents gave me a long time ago, because my birdos over here, you guys, Mossy, persimmon, blueberry, silverberry, the whole crew who's staring at me suspiciously right now, they have been letting me know through their loud flirting and other things of the mating variety that goes on in there right now, that they're ready to go back in their breeder cages, which gives them their own territory. So they go into these individual cages, just 2 of them. I only have 2 pairs that I really want to breed right now. That's my silver one and my blue one, silverberry and blueberry, and then Ossie and persimmon, who are the parents of most of the birds in there. I have a couple females and a male who really wishes they could have mates, but they're stuck with all their siblings in there, and I'm not gonna let them have babies with their siblings. So they have to just wait till I can either find them new homes where they can find mates with some other breeder or hobbyists or whoever wants them. or until I can get new Gouldian finches. And I kind of dabbled around to see if there were any nearby, but because we're getting ready to do so many big projects and move, now's not really the time for new birds. Well, I say that while I'm building a cage for the breeding, but I'm going to go ahead and breed my birds again this year and see if we have any luck with that. But as you can tell right now, it's super dark. So the reason I haven't moved these guys in just yet is that I bought some new bird lights. Very important for your birds to have proper lights. And I'm going to be putting some lamps on both of these cages so they have plenty of light during the whole day. And that it's not quite so like cage-like over here. Even with how much I try to put in plants and everything for them, it looks a little bit like a little prison right now, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna wait until I get the new lamps and the new lights for them and put it all over here and then put them in here, and you guys will see that I'll build the nest for you guys again because it's really cool. I just use oatmeal containers. It's the perfect shape and style for a Gouldian finch to breed in. It's kind of amazing. Why are these endangered? Because they're endangered. How do these endangered finches breed? They breed in like ice cream containers and oatmeal containers. It's kind of adorable. But yeah, so we'll be looking into that, and that's one of the projects on top of like trying to do the fan mail. I'm gonna get ready. If I finish all of the episodes I have to record for today and maybe pre-record the ones for tomorrow or even the day after that so I can kind of clear it, then I can devote, I'm probably guessing that's gonna take me up to an hour and a half, 2 hours to get through all of that snail mail. So we might have like Attack of the Snail Mail that will go on the main channel this weekend. But I really feel like it's something important to get to because those are letters often from children, like 9-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, from little kids. And you don't just ignore that. You don't just like put that to the side. So I consider that to be one of the most important things I can work on. And some of the things I get from there, they become a daily part of my life. So much of the stuff I have over on my desk, like with the little giraffe, the little wolf, we've got the inchworm, the pandas, the Pokemon cards. Oh my gosh, like you can just look at pretty much everything. Pablo's little dog he made for me. Pablo's Squicken is down here too. You can pretty much look anywhere on my desk and see things that people have sent me, and that means a lot to me. That really does. It's pretty stunning. And I don't want to pass those things up. You can see my hat from Katie. My hat from Katie's up here. The wolf quest picture that she made for me is right over here. It sits on top of my warrior cat books. So I consider the snail mail to be super important because it's people sharing very just thoughtful, wonderful emotions with me. But yeah, anyway, snail mail, bird cages, those are a couple of the big projects that we're currently working on. And I'll share a couple of the really, really big ones that are coming up with you guys. It works better if you get in the water. Yeah, go, go, go. Yeah, there we go, little bathing birdie. Oh my gosh, why are you guys so cute when you bathe? Yeah, you're adorable. You're adorable. Pumpkin! Pumpkin, come on. That can't be comfortable. Pull your feathers in. Pull your feathers in, woman. You can do it. Are you going to dive back in? Oh, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Do it, do it, do it. You can do it. Go, 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 go. Dive in. Aw, look at that. Premium bird bathing action right there. You are so freaking cute. So check this out. This is one of Silverberry's tail feathers, and they have lots of tail feathers, but Gouldian finches have usually 2. I usually only see 1, but I think there's probably 2 on most of the birds. Long pointed tail feathers, where the tail feather ends in this sharp little point instead of just looking like a normal feather. And I found it when I was cleaning today. And I thought that was adorable. So right at the very tail end of the Gouldian finch's little tail feather butt, they'll have this teensy little feather that just sticks out a little bit longer, like a little point, sharper than all of the other feathers. And it's usual that they lose these. This is just something they'll drop it, they'll molt it off, either during molt or just sometime during the year and grow a new one. It takes a while to grow new feathers, but I like this because this is fun to find the tail feather is like, what, 1 or 2 feathers on a bird? There's a lot of feathers on a bird, so I'm probably gonna keep this and like tape it into my joy journal as a little treasure, a little Seri treasure that I found for the day. But yeah, so yeah, I have a lot of projects we're working on right now, and I still want to save it for another vlog to talk about how influential the tremendously amazing, kind, positive support from everybody has been transitioning into being able to admit that trying to do 6 videos a day was really severely affecting my health, and my health is kind of looking at a phase where I need to start being a little more careful with how I treat my body. And yeah, I'm going to talk about that another day, but it's really fun to start feeling a little bit better and to dive back into projects. So today I'm really excited because I'm processing videos right now, getting some of them out of the way so that I can record some Slime Rancher. And I am going to be eating my little Annie's organic gummy bunnies before I do Slime Rancher because they're vegan and amazing. And I'm going to be eating them because every time I eat gummy bunnies now, I want to play Slime Rancher, and Indigo Quarry just updated today. So I'm definitely going to be diving into that. And then in Star Stable, there's apparently seals on a iceberg that you can like adopt as a pet. So I'm definitely going to be going and adopting a few seals. They're like limited edition seals that you can adopt on a little iceberg, which sounds adorable. So we're going to go and check out the seals in Star Stable, and it's so much fun to just feel the rush of like adventure. That's what it is for me when I sit down and think about recording, is all of these different adventures I get to take part in, all of these different adventures I get to do, and stories I get to tell. And I think that's why I love it so much and why I play so many different games, because I love the stories of it. I really do.
Whatever they are?
They're soybeans. It's still kind of pretty. So Chip's got home, and I have a salad now. He got home and made us some salad right away because he was pretty hungry. So sorry for the random cuts and the view of our edamame as it boiled. But here's my delicious salad. Soon it will have even more delicious things on it because we have some vegan boca burgers, which is like mock chicken burgers that I cut up and like put on top. But yeah, look at all that. Look at that. Look at that. Ah, edamame, chickpea, mushroom, cucumber action, mixed salad greens. I'm not really sure what the salad greens are, but the package said like Zen Power Mixed Salad Greens, triple washed. So I was like, well, we'll try that out. So we'll see if that's any good. But yeah, I'm going to eat that pretty soon. But I just wanted to share a little bit more of my excitement with you guys because, yeah, this is going to be really fun. I love telling all of the different adventures. I love diving into the stories. The idea of having a little seal to play with in Star Stable Online sounds amazing. I have so many stories and new ways I want to start telling stories in Sims 4, the Warrior Cat series. Oh my goodness, the Warrior Cat series is probably one of the things I am the most proud of, and is definitely the most popular thing I've ever done on my channel, and I love it. And that's on top of all of the other projects that I've got going on with zoo crafting. I keep so many projects going on all the time because it's really fun. It can be a little overwhelming if you're not organized, but I actually just recently started redesigning an Evernote like bundle of notes. If you haven't tried Evernote, it can be really useful for especially doing cross-platforming note keeping, and I have started like keeping a new Evernote to try to keep me on track with zoo crafting, because if there's anything that causes me stress in zoo crafting, it's how often I get sidetracked from the projects I'm currently working on. So I'm hoping that'll really help me stay focused. Oh, and then speaking of other projects, so it's not just what I'm doing in terms of storytelling and adventures and trying to produce videos on the channel, but we are getting ready for some pretty major projects in our personal lives too. Moving to Ann Arbor, Michigan is going to be one of them. I'm really excited for that. We're shooting for about like an August to September move date. School for him doesn't start until into September, and so I don't really have to worry about that until then. But yeah, that's like, we're gonna hopefully live there for 6 years, and this is gonna be the first time I've not had to move every single year in 5, 6 more years, like more years than that. I can not remember not having moved pretty much ever. Even when I was a little kid, we moved a lot for my dad's job, and there was never really that sense like where we are right now in North Carolina is where Chips actually grew up, and so he has like a sense of roots, and like, yeah, I remember here when I was a kid, I remember there when I was a teenager, and I'm like, I was in different places for all of those times. I was born, yes, my little mock chicken's done, born in California, raised in Missouri and Texas, and I've lived my adult life just ping-ponging wherever I could find a job and a roof over my head. So it's really, really, really fun to know that we have a goal plan of moving to Ann Arbor, and to know that if I work hard, and I'm processing more videos right now, work hard and be financially smart and frugal and stable and move forward, then I might be able to like have roots. I might be able to put roots, literal roots too, because I will do so much garden vlogging. We're really hoping we can find a house, not to buy, that's still like, woo, way far in the future sort of dreams of adulthood, but just a house to rent that, we've been in apartments together so far, and so a home to rent that especially would have a raised bed garden that I could work in the backyard would be my dream. So we're looking through those things, and along those lines we're going to be going to Michigan next month on the 20th, and I'll bring you guys with for lots and lots of vlogs. I think that's going to be really fun. because we are going to canvass the neighborhoods and figure out where some safe areas are, where areas that have the green space and kind of shopping that we prefer is. And that's going to be a lot of fun. We're also just going to try to have a good time. And it's sort of surreal to think about bringing you guys with me, but I also have realized that for me, vlogging is a very unique opportunity to kind of show my life stories to you guys, not to try to entertain you, but to try to inspire you. And I think whenever I try to do a casual vlog like this, and if you guys have made it this far, if you could let me know how it's going, that would be really helpful, because I always go, oh, my day is probably not interesting enough. They probably don't want to hear about what's been going on with the birds. They probably don't want to hear about like what I saw on my walk for the day. But then I realize I love hearing those things about other people. I'm constantly pestering my family and my friends like, so what have you done today? And I love hearing what people have done. I love watching vlogs. I'm really majorly into watching vlogs. Still pretty much primarily just of like gaming YouTubers and their vlog channels, because I can relate with them so much more than like the people who are traveling like constantly around the world vlogging with little drones in the air. I can't really relate with those people very well, so it's kind of like I'm trying to fill the niche, and that's what I did with my gaming channel too, of what's not there and I wish it was. And that's just kind of spending day-to-day life with somebody, so you get to know them, you get to know their goals, you get to see their progress on the projects that they're working on, you get to see them grow and progress as a person, and you just get to kind of have a glimpse into somebody else's life and how they live it and the perspectives that they have about it, and maybe be inspired by that. So that's what I'm trying to do for you guys. I am not sure if I can be that entertaining, even though I think, you know, little adorable bird feathers and beautiful flower shots from outside are entertaining. That's for me, and it may not be for you, and that's fine. But I hope whatever I do, I can try to inspire you guys, if nothing else, to just love your own life. So in the future, I'm going to be reading through my joy journal, not like maybe everything, but just in these casual vlogs where I'm like, not a lot happened today, it was just kind of a casual day. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to be like, so here are my 3 things, because every single day, I can be passing out in bed, sprawling, like I'll look at it the next day and be like, what the heck is that? What did I try to write? But every single day I try to write down something to make sure I have at least 3 things in my joy journal that made me happy for that day. So I thought I might share that with you guys, because if nothing else, if delicious salad, if showing the fan mail pile, if shots of outside are boring to you guys, relentlessly, so relentlessly, I threw my journal and knocked my phone down. But telling you guys just relentlessly of the joy, relentless joy, take that you guys, that I have in my life. Maybe it'll make you guys start the same thing. Like, if honestly my vlogs could inspire you guys to do anything, even if they're just kind of like, oh, Siri's babbling about plants again, oh boy, there she goes talking about Blueberry the bird again. Even if that is boring, if I could make you guys like start a joy journal, or just follow along, or even just think about one thing that you're happy about for the day, then I am going to be a very happy camper. So that's, you know, I may not be the most entertaining person in the world with my little like vegan sandwiches and my like daily walks, and maybe that's really interesting, and when we go traveling I think it's going to be very interesting. But I'm okay with that, because I just wanted to try to inspire you guys. So, and then the other thing is I do find it really fun to make these vlogs. I think I mentioned that in what apparently a lot of people found to be a surreally beautiful vlog of me down by the lake, realizing that I just don't want to take another day for granted. And there's something about being behind a camera, or in front of one, or doing both at the same time, like I kind of am right now, that helps give you a different perspective on what's going on. And that's actually, and again, these are future vlog things I'll talk about. I used to be so severely, cripplingly depressed and so socially anxious, I would not leave my bedroom for months at a time. Like maybe around the house, but to go to Walmart was like a meltdown. Just to go basic grocery shopping was exhausting for me. And I was just so petrified all the time of what people were thinking. And I would want to go on these walks, and I was too scared to go on my walks. And I was too scared to go and look at the flowers that I wanted to look at just on the street, walking around my parents' like house. And the way I got over that was I actually started challenging myself to take my phone, and well, at that time it was a camera, because I just had like a little dial flip phone back then, to take my camera and to take a picture of a flower a day. I started the flower a day project back then, and that's how I really helped to kind of get comfortable with being outside. And before I knew it, my biggest parts of that level of social anxiety really started to fall away. So there is something about being behind a camera that can make you feel comfortable where you don't normally feel comfortable. And there is something about being able to be behind the camera and looking at the lens that can make you appreciate the world in different ways. When I have my vlog opportunities to get down on the ground, I have crawled on my stomach. I'm trying to get like Chips to record me as I crawl on my stomach, arm and crawl on my stomach up to frogs and things that are on our trail. But when you have the camera and you know, oh, I could get that shot of that beautiful flower, I could really zoom in on this like particular squirrel that's sassing me out in a tree, it helps you really look at the world a little bit differently. You don't go on your walks as quickly and kind of breeze by things, where if you slow down because you're thinking in the mindset of what can I share with people, then you find a lot more to appreciate and a lot more to enjoy than you do normally by yourself. And that's what telling the stories in all of our games and sharing like the specimen spotlights and sharing these vlogs does for me, is give me the opportunity to share more of my world. And I think that's what the beauty of creativity really is. The beauty of sharing creativity, especially, and encouraging people to share their creativity and giving positive feedback, like not constructive criticism, like just positive, enthusiastic, joyful feedback. It doesn't always have to be something where you're like, well, if you did this and this differently, I might be more entertained. Sometimes you just need to really encourage somebody by being like, this is awesome. Are you having fun? I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun, and just do it. But there's just something so beautiful about that, because, oh, and there's a chickadee. Hang on, I'm going to see if I can get him. Ah, he moved. There's a bird feeder literally behind the camera, and one day I will be able to get more chickadee footage for you guys to see, like, while I'm talking to you, they land in the bird feeder, and it's really fun. But anyway, creativity, there's something absolutely beautiful about just encouraging a positive cycle of creativity. And that's what I hope this can do for you guys. Maybe you can take the joy, the happiness, the random salad making, and just be able to see the world a little differently. Be able to cultivate a little bit more gratitude and joy into your daily life. Be able to just think that you too have a story that's worth telling, even if you think it's just your mundane, boring life. Because I promise you, it is actually a beautiful story, and maybe you just don't have the perspective to see it yet. So maybe getting behind the camera can help you have that perspective on just how beautiful your life really is, even if it's full of difficult struggles at the time. So yeah, that's what I hope to do, inspire you guys. I'm babbling so much, and this salad is looking delicious, so I'm probably gonna eat it now. But yeah, so that's the point of my future vlogging, and it may be a little bit random, it may be a little bit, oh, there's the chickadee again. Ah, again, okay, if I can get that chickadee on camera, I will try to put it in before, like, I put everything up later today. Because that's Feather, the chickadee. It has a little feather that sticks up out the back of its head, and we've called it Feather, and she's been around since we moved in last year. So I really hope I can get some of her, like, grabbing the sunflower seeds from the bird feeder and share with you guys. See what I mean? Some people would think, oh, that's boring, mundane, everyday stuff. And other people are, like, on the edge of their seat, like, I want to hear more about Feather. We all have a feather in our life or something along those lines, and I just hope I can inspire you guys to see that in your own life. And I think I got my point across of inspiration and joy, and there she is again, and I missed her again. I get too excited. I move too fast when I'm trying to flip it because it's in selfie mode, and if I can make the camera point the other way, I could get her. I will try my best to get her before I share this with you guys. Alright, but anyway, I think I've got my point across with the point of my vlogs, because it feels kind of weird just to go about your normal day and be like, hope this is interesting, hope this is inspiring, but it's partly for you guys, partly to inspire, maybe a tiny bit to entertain, or mostly because I really do have a deeper appreciation for my own life and the story that it is when I am sharing it. And I think everybody could have that. And I don't think it's a bad thing. And I think that you kind of start living your life at a higher quality, at a higher tier, and a higher level when you think of it like that. So that's my opinion there, and I'm going to have my delicious salad. We have some other big adventures coming up, but we're still finalizing some, like going on a trip to the Outer Banks in North Carolina, and there's alligators. In fact, that's actually one of my joy moments. So I'm going to read 3 of my joy moments for the day so far. and share them with you guys. Maybe hopefully if you guys start a joy journal and like follow along with me and just like every day one moment, every week one moment, just start there. I think that would be amazing. So my joy moments for today include the look on Chips's face when we were looking up where we're thinking about going with his family to the Outer Banks of North Carolina and enjoying just a week vacation with them before we move, because we're going to be gone. This is where he grew up and he's very close to his family. I've really fallen in love with his family too, which is a good thing when they're your boyfriend's family to fall in love with them as well. And we're going to be gone, and there goes a butterfly. That could be a joy moment right there. There's one joy moment. Bing, butterfly that just flew by my window because it's adorable. And there's a cardinal, but that's okay. We're just going to hold on to things that fly by my windows that are adorable to one joy moment. But we were looking up places we can go with his family to the Outer Banks, and there's an island that we're thinking about visiting. And out of curiosity, he saw that apparently there are alligators on the island, and he's talking about kayaking and swimming, and we're going to have a great time. And then we are like, so there's some sharks over there. We actually went to explore.org, and it's the Cape Fear, North Carolina shark cam, and you can see there's actually quite a few sharks in the waters exactly off the beach of where we were thinking of going. And that's fine because they're tiger sharks. They're pretty docile, and we're not worried about that so much because we don't plan on going into the deeper waters. But there's a ton of marshland with birding, and we were planning on kayaking over there, and we still are. But it was really funny because I was expecting it. I was expecting the fact that if you combine 10,000 acres of protected wetland and like a high population of fish and birds and the North Carolina temperatures, I'm like, yeah, there's going to be some big crocs or big alligators around there. And so I was already expecting it, and Chips was not. So he pulled it up, and we looked up like YouTube videos, like on the island of alligators that have been there out of curiosity. And I guess both of us were kind of thinking like, alligator, yeah, maybe a little 4-footer or something like that. And there's like a 12-foot behemoth walking across this path where we're thinking of going to stay. And he's just this giant, like, monster alligator. And look on Chips's face when, like, we both realized, like, oh, we could run into this off the back deck of whatever, like, vacation rental you have. It was pretty hilarious. I am personally still super excited about that. We're still filling out if that may be where we want to go. I really want to go. That would be so cool. Think of the vlog footage I could get for you guys. Think of how cool that would be. So that would be a joy moment for sure. But just his face when that happened was a joy moment. The butterfly can be a joy moment. These snakes that I saw were definitely a joy moment. And I cannot wait for you guys to see them on the main channel as the specimen spotlight. That's going to be awesome. And then I guess I'm going to add a fourth one. And it doesn't just have to be 3. Some days I go on for pages where it's just been a really positive day. Or if it hasn't, and I sit down and try to make it a positive day by just writing about things that come to mind. Like, I'm so glad I have enough socks, which is kind of a lie right now because I have 2 socks. One's purple and one's green, and that's all I own right now. But there's an example at least. I mean, that could be a joy moment for gratitude, cultivating gratitude. At least I have 2 socks, and they're my favorite colors. So there's that. But yeah, it can be more. So my 4th joy moment would definitely be realizing that it's okay to vlog casually like this and just share the moments with you guys. And that my point isn't to try to entertain you. It's not to try to be whiz-bang, like flashy travel. It's just trying to be myself and trying to give the hard-earned lessons of my life to you guys, because I've been through a lot of stuff, a lot of pretty dark stuff. And I don't talk about it yet, not because I don't want to, but because I want to do justice for anybody who is in the positions that I was and give them a visual sign of where you can be, because I remember what it was like to be in a lot of very dark places and think that that was never going to get better. And now my life is better than I could have literally ever dreamed, and it just continues to get that way. So I want to share that in the future with you guys. And so it was really comforting today when I sat down and I realized my point that I'm trying to get across to you guys is not to entertain you, not to make you go like, ooh, Seri, she lives a really cool life, but to make you think, I wonder what goes on in my own life that's cool too, and inspire you to just be able to enjoy, appreciate, maybe find ways to tell the stories of your own life in new ways. So that's my goal, and that's enough talking. And I'm gonna eat my salad now, and I hope you all have, there she is again, a wonderful day, and I'm gonna try to get these birds on camera. Oh my gosh. There you are. No, and there you go. Feather, dang it.